Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today is the most wondrous of days, because today we're taking a quick look at the Prisma Grinlok. Now, this beautiful beaut of beautifulness is only available either from Burrow for 220,000 credits and 500 ducats, or if you trade it with other people that bought it from Burrow. And it's just a straight up better version of the standard Grinlok in every way, shape and form. So the Prisma Grinlok is a semi-automatic lever action rifle that requires at least mastery rank 11 to use it, and it does 187 damage per shot, 93.5 of which is slash, 74.8 is impact, and only 18.7 is puncture. It comes with a solid 21% crit chance, especially considering that it does have a crit-based syndicate mod, a 2.9 times crit multiplier, which is really high, and a very solid 37% status chance. It can fire up to 1.67 rounds per second with 21 rounds in the mag, which is really high, 540 rounds in total, so it has a good reserve as well, and a solid enough 1.7 second reload time. And finally, the weapon also comes with 1V polarity as standard, which is always nice. Now, the build I ended up liking the most on the Prisma Grinlok is a big boy 5 Forma build, where I've added 3 Vs, a D and a dash, but I'm gonna be going up to 6 Forma, where I add another dash since I have a Riven for it. I just didn't want to do a quick look with the Riven, so I'm running Serration for damage, Split Chamber for multi-shot, Point Strike and Deadly Sequence for a ton of crit chance. This almost brings you up to 100%, and we have Vital Sense for crit damage, Branch Cry rounds for a ton of cold damage, and finally we have Infected Clip and Stormbringer for corrosive. Now, I do have another build that I'm going to show you in a little bit, and that one utilizes 100 munitions, and it's a little bit stronger when it comes to high end game, but this one feels a lot better for generally just faffing around the star chart, doing sorties and that kind of stuff. This one is more front-loaded, which means there is a lot more oomph behind each shot, and it's going to one-shot enemies at a much higher level than the second one, even though it's not going to do as much damage once you go against really tough enemies. But even though it doesn't do as much damage than the other one, it is my preferred setup because I don't go up against level 100 enemies or enemies that are above level 100 too terribly often, so it works much better for what I do. But just in case you do want to fight really high-level enemies that are really beefy, this is the setup that I would recommend. This one is actually a little bit cheaper Forma-wise than the first one, and it's utilizing 100 munitions, so you get a 30% chance to proc slash on an enemy when you crit them, and the slash procs from this are actually quite strong. And then we have Malignant Force, which bumps the status chance up to 82%, which is combined with primed cryo rounds and creates viral damage. Now, this setup is a little bit less reliable than the first one, but it definitely does a lot more damage per shot fired, because it's very possible to just take down a level 100 heavy gunner with a single headshot if you proc slash and viral at the same time. But on the other hand, sometimes you don't get so lucky, so it can take 3, maybe 4 shots. But that still doesn't change the fact that this is by far the superior build if you're looking for big damage. It's just grossly strong, especially if you're good at getting headshots, because then you're getting the headshot multiplier on top of the already pretty high crit multiplier. So, my baby finally got an upgrade, and it's absolutely magnificent, marvelous, fantastic, I love it. I've been having so much fun faffing around with this in basically every mission I do, because it's been in my loadout ever since I got it from Burrow. I was already a big fan of the standard Grinlok, and this one is just so much better. The damage distribution is better, it's tilted more towards slash, it has a higher crit chance, so the crits are more reliable, it has much higher crit multiplier, higher status chance, and the magazine size is huge, and it took me a while to adjust to this. I kept reloading about halfway through the mag because I felt like I should be out of ammo. But no, you can just keep going with this weapon, you can keep pumping out one after another, and it feels great. So if you like semi-automatic rifles, this weapon is an absolute must, because not only is it a pleasure to use, it's also very strong. It's one of the strongest semi-automatic rifles in the game right now. Probably even the strongest if you factor in Riven disposition as well, because while it's not maxed out, it's very high. So the Rivens you can get for this are quite spicy. And that is pretty much all I wanted to say about the Prisma Grinlok, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!